Christmas. How did we get here so quickly? Last thing I remember was it being like January and all of a sudden we're in December. I'm so excited for this video because for the first time ever I will be reading 2 Christmas books. We have The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score and then The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. Now I've never ever read a Christmas book before, but I do love binge watching Hallmark Christmas movies in December, so I'm hoping I can get that type of same feeling in these books. Both of these books are pretty much the same length as well. So first we have The Christmas Fix, which I'm pretty sure it is a standalone, but it's in like an interconnected series with, I think it's Mr. Fixer-Upper. Single dad Noah takes his responsibility seriously when a late season hurricane turns Mary, Connecticut into a disaster. That is at least until home renovation expert and smoking hot reality TV star Catalina King arrives with a camera crew and a big budget. But Noah doesn't want a celebrity diva capitalizing on their tragedy or filling his daughter's head with visions of glitz and glam. They can't be in a room together without rubbing each other up the wrong way, except that time in the dark alley where the rubbing was just right. But this book does have the single dad trope, enemies to lovers. It sounds like high stakes as well, so we'll see what it's like. Next, The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. Now I kind of do have high hopes for this one, only because of her cinnamon bun book and also pumpkin spice cafe. I think that's what it was called. So this one's going to be up in my alley. Apparently her other books are like the Gilmore Girls vibe. So I kind of hope it's the same with this. Kira North hates Christmas, which is unfortunate since she just brought a Christmas tree farm in a town that's too cute for its own good. Bennett Ellis is on vacation in Dream Harbour trying to take a break from both his life and his constant desire to always fix things, but somehow fate finds Ben trapped by a blanket of snow at Kira's farm. So I'm not too sure which one I want to read first because they both sound similar in their own ways but also different. I wonder if they're going to give me both the same feeling and also that Hallmark movie vibe that I just love. This is going to be number 1, this is going to be number 2, and we're going to go ahead and ask Google to pick which one. Hey Google, pick a number between 1 and 2.
1.
Christmas Tree Farm is first. Let's go. And I've also got my Christmas bookmark ready to go. So we have a little playlist here, and I never listen to the playlist while I read because my brain can't comprehend the 2 sounds together. If I do listen to music, it's got to be ambience and that's it. Oh, there is this cute little map. Wow, that's actually really adorable. It's such a small town, Dream Harbour. For anyone who ever wished Hallmark Christmas movies were steamier, this one might do the trick. It sounds like our wishes have been answered. Okay, so one of my least favourite things is third-person books. I'm hoping that doesn't ruin the book though, but we will see. And I also hope that the Lucy Score one isn't third person. Okay, so it looks like our guy, I'm guessing this is Bennett, that has rocked up. He's rocked up on, I'm pretty sure, a sleigh with 3 dogs, and she loves dogs, absolutely loves them. And he was like, I'm sorry, I thought this place was abandoned, otherwise I wouldn't come here. And she's like, how is that even possible? Everyone in this nosy town knows about it. And he's like, I don't live in this nosy town. And then Kira's like, then what are you doing here? And he's like, visiting. And then it's like, she didn't like his tone or his face for that matter. It was too handsome, but in like an obnoxiously conventional way. Too much symmetry, too much perfect dark hair. It was annoying and entirely uninteresting. She is obviously going to fall in love with this guy, I reckon. Just a little update for you on the Christmas Tree Farm. So at the moment I'm on page 93, chapter 8, and so far I don't mind it, but I don't love it. So the number one reason why I don't love it is because it is third person, which I previously said, and I find third person books really hard to get into. So that's just me. Like, if you like third person books, you might eat this up. But so far I don't mind it. I haven't really been able to binge it though, so I still have a good chunk left. But I am going to try and force myself to just smash this book out. I feel like it's better just to get it out of the way, over and done with. I don't hate it enough to DNF it, but I also don't like DNFing books too. So I'm like, if I have read even half a book and I hated it that whole half, I'm just going to put myself through the rest and just finish it. But so far there is a little bit of a cutesy vibe. We are following Kira. So Kira is a twin, but her twin actually got married and she moved far away from her sister, and they have never been separated before. So it's kind of thrown Kira into like this midlife crisis slump where she's used her trust fund to go and buy this house on the Christmas tree farm because the previous owners were old people and they had passed away. No one had been vacant in this house for about 3 years, so it's a bit run down, nothing works, everything's going wrong. She also has no customers because the town thinks she hates everybody, but that's just not the case. She's a bit misinterpreted at the start with everyone. And then we have Bennett. So Bennett is the main guy. He is on a holiday visiting his sister Jeannie, who runs the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Now, if you've read that book, you already know her story. I haven't read that yet, but depending on how this one goes, we'll see. But Bennett has 3 dogs and he walks his dogs up to the Christmas tree farm thinking nobody lived there, but what do you know, Kira lives there and she absolutely adores dogs, and that's pretty much the way to get her to talk to you, is through dogs. So they start out by not liking each other, and he's over here trying to help her out. He found out that she has no heating in the house, so he's trying to, you know, fix the radiators and stuff for her, and she's like, why are you doing this? You don't know me, I don't know you. And she is attracted to him, like with looks, and she's like in her head, I shouldn't let him through the door because I just want to sleep with him. And then he, on the other hand, thinks she's also attractive and he's really enjoying getting to know her and helping her out. And he's like the Mr. Fixer-upper. And his Christmas wish is to kiss her. So he's kind of like weaseling his way into the house. But the other reason is because the whole town thinks that the wife's body is hidden on the property or the land. So they want Bennett to go up there and check to make sure Kira isn't going to stumble upon a dead body. It really does give little town vibes with like the mysteries, the little talk, the town talk. They're like, oh, this person's doing this while the whole town's over here doing this other thing. The little town vibes with Kira and the rest of the town reminds me of Heart of Dixie. Where she just comes to this town and everyone just hates on her and shits all over her, but yet it's just who she is. She's from a city. So I have some like Christmas gifts I want to wrap today, so we're going to go and start that, and I will can slowly read a little bit more of this. Today is Thursday, so if I can finish this by like Sunday, I'll be happy. This looks so chaotic and messy, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Today is Sunday and I haven't wrapped any presents yet, so we're going to do that now. And I've also got, I think, 7 chapters of the Christmas Tree Farm left. I'm on page 266, and so far I have opinions about this book, but I'll get to that in a moment. Alright, I'm going to start on... There's so much to wrap, honestly. I've got to like physically shove my dog, okay? Watch out. Let's chat while I wrap. I'm glad this is my child. This is a disaster. Oh my god. Let's talk about the Christmas tree farm. It's not my favorite. I was honestly holding out hope. Like, I've got 7 pages left and I haven't thought about the book. The only thing I've thought about is, oh no, I've got to finish it. And I just want to like say finish all 7 chapters today, so then it's finished and I don't have to read it anymore. So the first sentence on the blurb says Kira North hates Christmas, but she doesn't. And the blurb also gives the impression that she's a Grinch. So it's like she's a Grinch that literally hates Christmas. But she's not like that at all. She's actually very nice and she doesn't actually mind Christmas in the book. Like for the first, I swear, 30 pages or something, it comes off that she hates Christmas, that she used to hate it in her past, and it's pretty much like her past was a bratty self. So she's literally been nice the whole way. So that's one thing that I'm finding really annoying, is I'm not getting that Grinchy person. Guys, I just went to pick this up and it ripped. So I don't even want to say like, if you want realism, watch me, because this is probably normal for people. It's just not normal for me. I got her this jumpsuit and it's like, if mummy says no, ask daddy. It's so adorable, love it. And then I brought her this Harry Potter onesie. Cute. I can't wait. I'm going to be doing a Harry Potter reading vlog next year. So if you're excited for that, let me know. And then it's like mum plus dad equals me. I hope you can see them from this far. And then I've been eyeing this off for such a long time. It's so cute. And then we just have some PJs, honestly. I'm done. I give up. Okay, so what I was saying though, Kira's North character from what is written on the back isn't actually her. It's her past self. I feel like she has grown a lot, but we haven't seen that growth. Like, we've just gone into this new Kira and she gives a little bit of her backstory, like from living at her mum's and her twins, and how her mum used to throw all these like festive parties and events and stuff and she hated them. Like, she was a Grinch then. She talks about how selfish she was. That's not her in this book. That's not her present self in this book. So that part there is like kind of irritating, frustrating, kind of disappointing to me, you know, because I went into this thinking she was going to be this really grinchy, grumpy character that like hated Christmas. Like, hated Christmas. It says she hates Christmas and she enjoys it. Like I said, she would never made such an effort if she didn't. Bennett, on the other hand, Bennett is such a lovely character. He's such a golden retriever. He does anything possible to help someone. He constantly thinks about helping that person and he's trying to break old habits. Those habits aren't breaking. To be honest, to be honest, I'm just going to say this. I picture this as a Hallmark movie. If this was a movie, I would eat it up. just reading it, it's just not doing it for me. It's just one of those, you know, quick hour-and-a-half things that you enjoy. I have decided that this is my new filming spot because it seems to be the best place for lighting where I can actually sit down. So it is a different day. Last time I was on here, it was Sunday and I realized that I'm actually wearing the same outfit, but it is a different day. I did finish the Christmas Treehouse farm on the Sunday though, and I wanted to sit on it for a bit because I honestly don't know what to rate this. I still stand by what I said and I didn't get that whole grumpy sunshine trope. To me, she just wasn't grumpy. And I actually seen, after I read this book, another creator that had read Pumpkin Spice Cafe also said that she didn't see the grumpy sunshine trope in there too. The pros about this is it is Hallmarky, it's cute, it was pretty quick, honestly. There's not much else you can really ask for in a Christmas book. Like, what's there to talk about? There was 2 spice scenes, so I would probably give the spice maybe 2.5. I found on the second scene I was just kind of skimming it. I didn't really feel for it. So I think I'm going to give this book a 2.75 rating. Okay, so it's time to start the next one, which is the Christmas fix. I actually have already started this. I started this the other day. We're on page 48, chapter 8. And this, I'm loving this so far. The chapters are short, like really short. The Christmas tree chapters were long. I think that's another thing that put me off. It is third person, but because I've just come out of a third person book, I am finding it a lot easier, but I'm also feeling Lucy Score's writing is easier to read. I'm finding I'm able to go through this a lot quicker. My mind is drawn in. I'm not getting distracted. I'm not thinking about, oh, how long have I got left? So far, so good. We have met the single dad Noah, and he has a daughter called Sarah or Sarah. She's 12 and she's like, Dad, what are you doing with your life? Like, you have no fun. You don't know what fun is. Mum's getting remarried. You know, what are you doing? Why don't you go date someone? And he's like, calm down. And then we have Kat, which is the TV reality star that goes around and builds houses and rebuilds towns and things like that for obviously a TV show, but they don't have to pay anything. Everything gets sponsored. They obviously make all this money from the TV show, and she pretty much just goes around and helps people. Mary, Connecticut, recently had a hurricane. I think it was a stage, is it called stage 2? That is really creepy. Why? One of my baby's toys just started. It's all okay. My dog actually turned it on and she knocked it over. I thought I was in a Paranormal Activity movie moment then. So Mary, Connecticut, as I was saying, had a stage 2 hurricane. So Kat has previously helped rebuild a house that was down in that lower section, and she keeps in touch with these people once a year. She became friends with them, and she actually called them to make sure that they're going to be okay. And they're like, we have to evacuate, we've got to leave your house. So she actually goes and drives to Mary. She gets on this stranger's boat, and she wants to go make sure everyone's alright, so she goes and saves people. In this moment, she actually helps Noah save like this 80-year-old who is really stubborn in a wheelchair, and she didn't leave her house because she's like, I know Noah's gonna come save me, even though Noah's like, can you please go prepare yourself and leave the house? She's like, nah. She literally waited in her house till Noah came there, and she's got these cookies, and at the end, after everyone, like Noah nearly drowns, gets in the boat, Kat helps, the guy that she's with, Stu, helps, and at the very end, this old lady's like, does anyone want some cookies? This lady. A few days after, I think about a week after the hurricane, she reaches out and says, hey, I want to bring our TV show to you and help rebuild your town so you can still do your Christmas festival and all that. And Noah's like, no, don't come near my town, don't do it, don't come near me. You're using all these poor people's lives for TV. And she's like, no, it's not like that. Like, it's all going to be paid, it's all going to be rebuilt, we're going to fix your town. You know, like, I'm not doing it to showcase other people's lives. So far I'm actually really liking it. So Kat pretty much didn't take no for an answer. She's like, I'm gonna go ruin him to make him say yes. That way he's got no reason not to say yes. And Noah's just stubborn, and he's like, no, get out of my town, piss off, I don't want you here. So I'm actually really enjoying this one so far. It's just her writing. This is the first time I've read a Lucy Score book, and I am finding her writing is a lot easier, which makes me excited because I don't know if I have it. I do, because I actually haven't read this series yet, the Knock 'Em Out series, and it's something that I do want to read this year. This here is apparently also, I just want to say, Grumpy Sunshine, and apparently it's real Grumpy Sunshine. So this is what I was looking for in this book, and this just didn't have it. So I'd love to compare the Grumpy Sunshine trope. I will update you later on. I think I'm just gonna binge read. I honestly don't know. I feel so like tired and weak today. just have an off day. So I don't think I'm going to do much, honestly. I'm probably just going to, hopefully I can read a bit. I just had to come on, but I love this top. I love the Grinch. The Grinch is like my favorite. I was going to say Christmas character, but is he like a Christmas character? I guess he is. So I just want to say that with the Christmas fix, I am up to chapter 14. I'm exactly 100 pages in, and I am loving this. This is what I was looking for in the first one. So I am so glad that the grumpy sunshine trope, I'm eating this up in this one. This is what it's meant to be. I feel like I haven't even read 100 pages. It is so fast paced. It's flying through. It's so easy to read. I'm having so much fun. I'm so glad we are reading this second. I'm glad we're finishing on a good note. Hopefully it stays up from here. Noah thinks Kat is like this bad person who only cares about herself, doesn't care about anyone else, and she's doing all of this for her own wealth. And it's not the case. Like, Kat has actually donated her whole salary to charity. She's working long hours to pull together a Christmas for Mary, and she's doing all this work, all this genuine work that she actually cares about, and Noah's like, nah, that can't be her. That's not her. Like, she just thinks about herself. She's selfish. I'm loving it. They're bagging each other out. Even Kat thinks he's like a not fun guy, and he's like Mr. No. She calls him Mr. No because he's saying no to everything. I can't wait until he finds out that she saved him the night of the floods, because Noah thinks that she has just swooped into this town and like trying to get all these ratings and money and wealth and using all these people, when realistically she was there during the flooding. So it's funny. I feel like Christmas books or a good romance should be like 300 pages. So I don't know what else there is to really say, because they're starting to fix it. 100 pages in, they're starting to fix the town, everything's rolling. There's 6 weeks till Christmas, so there's still like another 275 pages of what. So I'm a bit worried about that perspective, but it's all right, we're gonna have fun. We have finally finished the Christmas fix, and I actually really liked this book. It was super easy to read, and the only thing I have to say about it is I do feel like it was a tad too long. If it dropped 50 pages off this, it would have been perfect. I gave it 3 stars in the end. I loved the whole concept of this. Kat is a very hardworking person, and she has this thing in her mind that it's either a career or family. You can't have both. And this shows that yes, you can have both. Just because you want to have a career as a female doesn't mean that you have to give that up when you have a baby. And that honestly hit hard to me, because I want to have my own career. I have like a drive and a passion to build a career, but recently, because I've had a baby, I feel like I haven't been able to excel at that. So this was a really good reminder for me, and overall I ended up liking these 2 characters together. Also, another thing that I feel like can be skipped in this book is there's not 1 but 2 epilogues. So with epilogues, I don't really care for them. So the fact that there was 2 in this book, it just, why? The first epilogue was them getting engaged, and the second one was them having twin boys. I skimmed them. I didn't really care for them. I felt like the book finished good without the epilogues. Like, I didn't need the epilogues to make this better. If anything, I felt like it dropped the rating. So that is it for this Christmas video vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know your thoughts below. Did you read any Christmas books this season? If so, what were they? What were your favorite ones? The next video that I've got coming is me picking my January TBR with a prompt jar. I'm so excited for this video because I personally haven't done this before. It's going to be my first ever one. So if you would like to tune in for that next week, please feel free. I would love to have you there. If there are any other videos you want me to do, drop it in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!